I have to admit, I have been watching Deanna McBride very closely lately, and her storyline is rapidly becoming one of the most fascinating arcs on the entire show. We all know that she has been spiraling down a very dark, vengeful path ever since she found out about Joey Armstrong's involvement in her father, Doug's death. She has been executing a masterclass in psychological warfare, especially during that excruciatingly tense dinner with Joey and her mother, Vanessa. Deanna is a girl consumed by grief and a thirst for revenge. But just when I thought she was going to completely lose her humanity to this vendetta, the writers threw us a massive, delightful curveball. Deanna has finally met the handsome stranger we were teased about last week, and this encounter might just change the entire trajectory of her life in Fairmont Crest. The scene at Orphe Jean's was nothing short of cinematic perfection. June was in her usual element, loudly bragging about a shoe she made to a young, incredibly handsome guy standing at the counter. Deanna walked in, and you could immediately see the magnetic pull. She was instantly attracted to him, and honestly, who could blame her? But the poor guy was in the middle of a deeply embarrassing situation. June, with her typical lack of a filter, loudly announced that his credit card had been declined and he didn't have any cash to pay for his meal. She even had the audacity to suggest that he should visit a soup kitchen next time he was hungry. The sheer humiliation on his face was palpable, but before he could run to the bank to grab cash, Deanna stepped in. Without missing a beat, Deanna approached the counter and smoothly offered to pay his entire. When he profusely thanked her, she simply brushed it off, stating that she was raised to be a kind person. It was such a beautiful, poignant moment because it reminded us that underneath all her current bitterness and plotting against Joey, Deanna is still Doug's daughter. Doug raised her to be compassionate, and that core goodness is still inside her. The stranger was visibly impressed by her cool, strong, and effortlessly generous personality. They struck up a conversation about the struggles of adulting and their shared passion for music, and the chemistry practically leaped off the screen. But that is not all. The conversation took a deeply emotional turn when he asked for her number so he could Venmo her the money back. He casually asked if she knew where Garland Memorial Hospital was. Deanna's walls came down for a fraction of a second as she explained that her father used to work there, but he had tragically passed away. The stranger immediately recognized the heavy sorrow in her eyes. He offered his deepest condolences and then shared a vulnerable piece of his own history. His mother had also passed away. That shared trauma of losing a parent is a powerful bonding agent. It instantly connected them on a level that goes far beyond a simple meet cute at a diner. After he left, Deanna turned to June and confessed that they completely clicked. June, ever the observant one, agreed that he was very cute. The most hilarious and intriguing part of this entire interaction? Deanna didn't even get his name. She paid his bill, shared her deepest grief, gave him her phone number, and let him walk out the door without a proper introduction. But of course, we as the audience know exactly who this mysterious guitar-carrying heartthrob is. He is Noah Rollins, the son of none other than Dr. Kial Rowland. So this makes me wonder, what does Noah's arrival mean for the delicate balance of power and romance in Fairmont Crest? I am guessing they will absolutely meet again, and when they do, the sparks are going to turn into a full-blown wildfire. But Noah isn't just a random cute guy. He brings a mountain of baggage. We saw him show up at Garland Memorial Hospital with his guitar strapped to his back, and it became immediately clear that music is his absolute passion and also his financial ruin. Kial took one look at his son and knew exactly why he was there. Noah had blown all his money on his music dreams again and was coming to his father for a handout. The dynamic between Kial and Noah is incredibly strained, and it was fascinating to watch Nicole Dupree navigate it. Nicole, who has been falling head over heels for Kial, was the one who spotted Noah and brought him to Kial's office. But the moment she realized it was a tense family reunion, she stealthily sneaked away. Why did she run? Is she afraid of getting involved in more family drama after dealing with Ted, Kat, and Leslie for so long? Or did she sense a dark undercurrent in Kial's relationship with his son? Nicole has finally found a seemingly perfect, stable man in Kial, but Noah's arrival threatens to shatter that illusion My theory is that Noah holds the key to Kial's past, and it might not be pretty. We know Noah's mother is dead, but how did she die? Was it a tragic accident, a medical failure, or something more sinister? Kial has been the ultimate knight in shining armor for Nicole, comforting her through the tornado and her confusing feelings for Ted. But what if Kial has skeletons in his closet? What if his past is filled with mistakes that Noah is fully aware of? If Noah starts dropping truth bombs about his father, it could severely threaten the beautiful relationship Kial and Nicole are building. We desperately need to keep a close eye on Noah to find out what kind of person he truly is and what kind of father Kial has been behind closed doors. The confrontation in Kial's office was intense. Kial scolded his son harshly for not having a real, respectable job. Noah, playing the role of the prodigal son, pleaded that he had learned his lesson and just needed financial help one. Kial, trying to practice tough love, ordered Noah to pack his bags and find a serious job in Washington, D.C. But Noah is clearly a master negotiator. He countered with a brilliant proposal. He offered to work at the hospital's free clinic so he could earn his own money, pursue his music dreams on the side, and most importantly, stay close to his father. Kial, whose tough exterior clearly hides a soft spot for his boy, caved. He agreed to the compromise and proudly introduced his son to the hospital staff. But let us pause and think about the massive implications of Noah working at the free clinic. The free clinic is not just a random location, it is ground zero for some of the most intense drama in Fairmont Crest. First of all, the clinic is funded by Leslie Thomas. Leslie is a chaotic, manipulative force of nature. How long will it take before Leslie sets her sights on the handsome, young, broke musician working in her clinic? Will she try to use him as a pawn in her endless games against the Duprees? Or will she make his life a living hell just because she can? I bet there will be severe complications with Noah's employment there, and Kial is going to find himself constantly having to clean up his son's messes. Furthermore, we cannot forget the darkest shadow looming over Fairmont Crest right now, the red market and the plasma. We know that the free clinic was previously targeted for stolen plasma when Dr. Leah Whitmore was running her illegal operations. And we also know that Heather Armstrong, the impaler herself, is slated to return to town to handle unfinished business. Heather is ruthless, calculating, and always looking for vulnerable, desperate people to do her dirty work. Just look at how the organization exploited Grayson Perez when he needed money for his sick mother. This brings me to a terrifying possibility for Noah's fate. Noah is broke. He is desperate to fund his music career. He is working at a clinic that has historical ties to the plasma. He is the absolute perfect target for Heather Armstrong's recruitment. What if Heather approaches Noah with an offer he cannot refuse? Fast, easy cash in exchange for moving a few coolers of plasma out the back door of the clinic. If Noah gets sucked into the red market, he could end up in prison, or worse, he could end up dead, just like Derek Baldwin. I am incredibly fearful for this young man's life. He seems sweet and artistic, but in a town like Fairmont Crest, innocence is often a death sentence. Kial might think he is keeping his son safe by having him work at the clinic, but he might actually be pushing him right into the lion's den. And how does Deanna fit into all of this? Deanna is currently playing a highly dangerous game of psychological chess with Joey Armstrong, the casino boss who also happens to be Heather's brother. If Deanna and Noah start dating, their worlds are going to violently collide. Imagine the sheer drama. Deanna, trying to destroy the Armstrong empire to avenge her father, falls in love with Noah, who might end up working for the very same criminal syndicate she is trying to tear down. It would be a Shakespearean tragedy of epic proportions. Will Deanna be the one to save Noah from making a terrible mistake, or will Noah's potential criminal ties be the final straw that pushes Deanna completely over the edge into villainy? I am rooting for them as a couple because their chemistry in that diner was electric, but I am also terrified that their romance is doomed from the start. Deanna needs a safe harbor right now, but Noah might bring a hurricane of trouble right to her doorstep. Ultimately, Noah Rollins is the ultimate wild card. He could be the sweet, romantic musician who pulls Deanna out of her dark depression and helps her find joy again. He could be the catalyst that exposes Kial's hidden past and ruins Nicole's chance at happiness. Or he could become the next tragic victim of Fairmont Crest's deadly criminal underworld. Whatever happens, I am completely hooked. The writers have masterfully woven these storylines together, and I cannot wait to see how the arrival of Kial's son shakes the very foundations of this town. Grab your popcorn, everyone, because the drama is only just beginning.